Hello and welcome to my channel. Look, in past videos I've told you why I don't like using my cam. I don't know why, but it becomes all blurry, you know, and I think it's also a good idea if you see who I am. You know, my name is James. Okay. Now, the title of this video is You Owe It to Yourself. Now, I want to tell you a little story. I came to Thailand, I think it was about 16 years ago, and back then it was completely different to what it is now. And I was working, doing like consultancy work, etc. But basically, all of that's completely dried up. And I adopted two young girls. Well, I got married and I adopted two girls right from the hospital. And, everything was going along pretty well and etc. And, you know, I've, like it's tough times right now. And it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And that's why I've put this channel together. Uh, I've learned a lot in my life, and I think I owe it to myself to be able to teach people. And in this situation, I'm teaching people about YouTube. And also, you know, I owe it to myself. Like what I'm trying to say is that YouTube is a pretty hard nut to crack. And, I'm giving it a go. Uh, so there you go. And I also think, maybe you owe it to yourself uh, in regards to many things. And yeah, that was some ice. You see, here in Thailand, you've got to drink a lot of water because it's so hot. And the reason why I'm basically broke is because people stole money from me. And I don't need people to feel sorry for me. Like one could argue I did it to myself, but I didn't really. It was basically stolen from behind my back, um, and it's not easy for me bringing up two girls. Uh, it's not easy at all. There's a lot of expenses. Like a lot of people say the education system here in Thailand is free. Well, I've got news for all of them. It's not free. It's expensive. The cost of living is getting more expensive, and that's that's why I'm going down this whole YouTube path. And as I'm doing it, I'm trying to educate. I'm showing you what I'm doing and giving you, and the tools I'm using, and and like it's up to you if you want to go down that path. But the whole thing about it is there's a lot of people becoming wealthy on YouTube. I recently watched a video about this lady in Canada, and she was mucking around on YouTube, and she was lucky, like the YouTube algorithm picked up on one of her videos and basically sent it viral. And then she started getting all these subscribers, etc. And all she basically does is basically, sits in front of a cam, like this. Well, I don't think it's a cam. I think she bought an expensive video, like a video recorder, and she just basically sits in front of that and talks to people. She's quite knowledgeable, and she's making good money. Like really good money. Uh, you see, what's got to happen is the algorithm's got to basically like what you're doing. So you and basically pick it up, and then like when someone else is watching, say, another video, if it picks it up, the next video could potentially be yours, and then basically YouTube are helping you in that regard because and it accelerates. You know, if people watch your videos and they like them, you know, it just basically the uh, the algorithm loves that. You see, YouTube want people to stay on YouTube. That's the name of the game. They don't want people just going on for a couple of minutes and leaving. And so that they look at basically the retention rate, like if someone watches a video and it's in its whole entirety, and then what do they do after that? And if they think that, like your videos have got a good retention rate, basically when someone finishes a video, as mentioned, the next one would be yours. And, you, if you get into that situation where they're doing that, it can really, really, really accelerate your growth. And, like, hopefully that can happen, to this video. I don't know. Um, but what I would like you to do is subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'm putting and like because I'm putting a lot of information out there. Like this is a whole new channel. I have had channels before, but they haven't gone particularly well. So what I thought I would do is basically start a whole new YouTube channel, um, and like I think I made mistakes uh, in what I was doing before, and I don't want to fall into the same trap. So that's what I'm doing, and with what I'm doing, I don't edit videos or anything like that, and there's there's no real fancy stuff. It's basically all from the heart, you know, and on this particular channel, like I'm not selling anything or whatever, you know. All I'm asking you to do is subscribe, and I'm trying to put you in a position where like you can do something that's life changing, and and as mentioned, you owe it to yourself. Well, you might or you mightn't, but it's a pretty catchy string of words. You owe it to yourself, and you probably owe it to your family, and you probably owe it, you know, to people that care about you. Like to prove to them that you can actually do it. And one of the secrets of success, I've read a lot of books about, you know, anything and everything. You've got to be persistent, okay? If you're not persistent, it's just not going to work out. And there's a lot of people, that talk about things like, well, persistence. Uh, like you look at someone like Steve Jobs. That's an underlying theme that he used to go on about before he unfortunately died. Persistence, persistence. Like in the early days of Apple, he was making a hell of a lot of phone calls, trying to get, the whole Silicon Valley, what they call venture capitalists on board. And, he basically pay dirt, and he got someone on board. And, you know, and then, after that, like, you know, Apple was quite successful, but then it went into the doldrums, and it looked like it was going to go bankrupt, and everything wasn't working out. And but and then he left the company, and then he started this company called Pixar, and he started making animated videos, but he was persistent, and he basically, he believes that anyone can be successful in any chosen field as long as they persist and innovate, and you know can make a change uh, within that field of endeavour. So there you go. That's my talk about that. Uh, okay, well I think I've said enough for today, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll be putting out more content, and let's see how this channel goes. I'm trying to get videos ranked high. I'm showing you how I'm doing it, and trying to get an audience. This is this video is as mentioned, you owe it to yourself, and like I owe it to myself to improve my situation. Okay, and I'm going to stop recording, and thank you for coming here today and listening to me. Okay, goodbye.